Today, guys, we're going to be showing you guys a build that I decided to put together after Expertise came out, and I just been working on a couple pieces. I wanted to level them up a little bit so that way I can really test out and see how well Expertise will help you have some type of build diversity and have an ability to run something more than just all reds, all blues, all reds and blues. What about even running something like 4 yellows and still being able to do as much damage as I'm doing right now against these rogue agents? So with this build, I think you guys will be excited to see something a little bit different. Obviously, the gear set you might notice, but the way I have everything rolled really gave me an advantage against these rogue agents. And obviously, when you're playing the game, it lets you hit definitely hard enough. So let's get into it. So first things first, I am running the technician specialization, and the reason why is because this is going to give us 1 skill tier, allow me to have 4 yellows. So on the build, you can see I have 2 reds, 3 blues, 3 yellows plus the 1 skill tier. So I have 4 yellows at the bottom at 1.4 million armor. And that's why this build still has some type of survivability, but it also has the DPS you need, and then it also has the yellows, which you'll see why I am using them. So for the weapon, I am running the Scorpio, and then what I wanted to do was keep this one under 10 because I feel like anything above 10, you have to use the exotic components. So I haven't leveled this up, but I plan to because I am level 20 expertise. So this piece right here is only 10. So this is actually giving me additional 10% weapon damage. And what that does is instead of me really running 2 reds, I'm technically running 3 reds. But here I have 10%. I wanted to do it this way because I feel like 10% is kind of where everybody's will be sitting at in the near future as they continue to progress. So 10 is a good number. We have 15% shotgun damage. We have 12% damage to armor, and then we have the 10% critical damage. And then we have septic shock. Obviously, you guys know how the Scorpio works and why it's so good. Remember, once you hit that 7th shot, targets take an additional 20% damage from all sources. So a lot of damage coming out of this one weapon right here. For your secondary, you could run whatever you want. I literally have the Dark Winter on, but the Scorpio is the bread and butter for this build. So yes, you might have saw, we do have the Hunter's Fury 4-piece because we want that 2-piece for the 15% shotgun damage. The 3-piece gives us that 20% armor on kill. And then the 4-piece has Apex Predator, which is allow us to get that extra damage, like the amplified damage. And when we destroy enemies, we even get more damage. So really good. Now, what do we have this? Well, right off the bat, probably you haven't seen too many builds run Hunter's Fury like this. We have 1 skill tier. We also have critical hit damage, and then we have a critical hit chance mod on here. So 1 skill tier, critical hit damage, and a critical hit chance mod. For the chest piece, I decided to go with the closer chest piece. This is the name chest piece that gives us perfect spotter. It also gives us 5% total armor. We have 14% expertise armor rolled on here. If you take that off, it's not much, but I have it rolled on this one. We have critical damage, critical chance, and we have a critical hit chance mod. So right there, a lot of damage coming out. And then look, take a look at this perfect spotter. Increases total weapon damage and skill damage by 20% to pulse enemies. So obviously I'm gonna wanna run something that's gonna allow me to pulse the enemies. So yes, we are running a pulse. So we are gonna be getting that 20%, getting that extra total weapon damage towards those enemies. For our second piece of Hunter's Fury, we are running armor and critical hit damage. For our third piece, which are the Hunter's Fury's knee pads, we have weapon damage, critical hit chance. For our fourth and final piece of Hunter's Fury, we have skill tier and critical damage. So I have 2 already skill tier rolled on here. And then we have the backpack, we have the specialization, that's 3. Where do we get the fourth? The backpack. And the backpack's gonna give us weapon damage, armor, and skill tier. Plus, we get critical hit chance mod on here. So that is where we're getting our 4th skill tier. And we're gonna check out the skills in a second because that's where you can see and why I'm running the skills I'm running. So with kill confirm, we're getting 30% extra skill efficiency, 30% weapon damage, and 3% armor regen. So when I have a full stack, all my skills are going to perform a lot better. And when I pick up a trophy, I'm gonna get 15% skill efficiency, I'm gonna get 30% bonus armor, and I'm gonna get 10% weapon damage. So this build just works hand in hand. Everything really supplements this build and how I have it set up and with the skills I am using. So for the skills, you'll notice I am running the scanner pulse. If you look at it, the cooldown is 17 seconds, the duration is 15 seconds. So ideally, I'm going to be able to almost have this pulse up all the time. So I should be able to keep perfect spotter going. And now remember, once I get that 30% skill efficiency, my duration should go down a little bit and my cooldown should go down a little bit. So everything should help out this in the long run. And that's what I really like about the build. Now, I like pairing this up with the Defender Drone. And if you look at the Defender Drone, I have damage reduction of 47%. The duration on this is 25 seconds, but the fact that this has damage reduction of 47% and this is without the skill efficiency, this is without picking up any of those trophies, this is just gonna help improve my skill tier and this is gonna help improve the damage reduction. So we're almost probably getting like about 50% damage reduction with this build. And that right there alone is helping out. And it's only 12% damage reduction, so I can still level this up to 20 and even improve it. So when you pair this whole build together and you stack all this together, this build does amazing things. And I love the 2 reds, I love the 3 blues, and I love the 4 yellows. And I just love how hard this build does. And yes, it might not hit as hard as some of the other Hunter's Fury builds. Yes, it might not have as much survivability, but it has a little bit of everything. And that's what I like about it. I like having a little bit of survivability. I love having that damage reduction. I love having that damage that I'm still getting on the build and still putting out enough damage to drop these enemies is a lot of fun. So what I want you to do is try out the build. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you plan on running any other builds with more yellows now with the expertise slowly gaining momentum. And I really think in title update 16, we'll definitely see a lot more hybrid builds. All right, I wrap it up here. Appreciate the support, appreciate the love. I'll see you in the next one. Hey, nothing but skills out.